Hello everyone, and welcome to the Poke ETF channel, where we combine Pokemon and data analytics together to keep track of our precious collection. And in today's video, we will be going through the whole entire Sword and Shield alternate arts of a complete October 2023 price update. So if you like this video, please hit that like button so that I know their interest in people who collect alternate arts, and subscribe to the channel so that you are up to date of the most recent price changes, price updates, price trends regarding Pokemon cards. And comment below on whether you are also an alternate art collector and whether you would like to see more of these type of content. And so to begin, in October 2023, a whole entire Sword and Shield alternate art collection would cost you around $4,500, and you can see that is trending down. And this is the same across all the board throughout the whole entire Pokemon collectible TCG world, collectibles, even the economy. Whether it's trainer galleries, full art trainers, or vintage, everything's going down, and that is in regards of how the current status of our current economy. And so just going through October 2023, Sword and Shield alternate art by set. Alternate art came out in Battle Styles, set number 5, all the way until the end of the Sword and Shield era. And so it didn't really begin in the base set or even Rebel Clash or Darkness Ablaze. It started in Battle Styles. And you can see that some sets are, actually most of the sets are all going down. Overall, it went down 4.42%. So it went down $207. So going by set, Battle Styles, there is around 6 alternate art. The most price decrease of these 6 is the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. It was a $58 card, now a $52, $53 card, a 10.1% decrease. And looking at the graph, you can see that it's just trending down. And just such a cool card. You can see the art, but it's just one of those cards that I really think is overpriced, even though the pull rate is really high, meaning really rare to get. But again, we're talking about Sword and Shield, which is printed to oblivion. There's a lot of copies out there. So I'm not surprised that a lot of these cards are going down after the hype of the COVID era. And then next is Empoleon V, number 146. It was a $29 card, now around $23 card, a $5 decrease representing an 19% decrease. And again, look at the art. The art is beautiful. Again, I wouldn't mind having a lot of copies of these, but disclosure, I sold all of my alternate art the moment I ripped them and get them, because I know these were pretty much priced, overpriced, and due to the Sword and Shield mass printing. Then looking at the next set, Sword and Shield number 6, Chilling Reign. There's a lot of alternate art in this set. The most decrease is a Blaziken VMAX number 201. It was a $177 card, now a $165 card, representing a 6.5% decrease. And again, looking at the graph, it's just trending down. And again, I really don't know why this is the $165 card. Don't kill me, but looking at the art, it looks a little goofy. There's a lot of other alternate art that looks much better than this, and I wouldn't pay $165 for this card. And so yeah, if you like this card, forgive me, but it's not for everyone. Then looking at the most percent decrease is the Ice Rider Calyrex V number 164, around $14.62 card, now a $12.27 card, $2 decrease, representing around 16.1% decrease. Then looking at the graph, you can see that it's just trending down like the rest of the alternate art. Then next, looking at the most increase in terms of dollar amount, is a Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX number 205, around $53 card, now a $56, $57 card, representing around a 7% increase. Looking at the graph, there's a big jump around October, but not much. And again, just take this as you will. Overall, every card are going down, so very curious why this is experiencing a slight increase. Then moving on to Evolving Skies, it has a lot of alternate art, and thus why it's the most expensive set of the whole entire Sword and Shield. It has the popular Rayquaza, Espeon, Sylveon, Glaceon, Umbreon, Leafeon, Dragonite. It has almost everything that you would want in a set. And so, but overall, it went down 3%. As you can see, a whole entire Evolving Skies will cost you around $1,700. And then going to the most decrease in terms of dollars is the Rayquaza VMAX number 218. It was a $267 card, now a $251 card, representing a 6% decrease. And you can see the graph is just slowly going down, even the most expensive alternate art, one of the most expensive alternate art. Then Going into the most decrease in terms of percent is a Golark V number 182. Around it was a $15 card, now around a $12 card, $3 decrease, representing a 19.4% decrease. And so it went really down. And again, looking at the art, I really like the art. It's really intricate, very detailed, pencil-ish sketch kind of art. I really dig these kind of art, but again, these are very overpriced because of how much copies are out there, how much Sword and Shield mass printing is out there. Then looking at the only increase is the Leafeon VMAX number 205. It was a $143 card, now a $152 card, a $9 increase, representing a 6.6% increase. Looking at the graph, you can see that's just slowly going up. And again, very curious why some cards are going up while the majority of the cards are going down. And so yeah, if you can leave a comment on why that is, but maybe it's just the market pricing as what it is. Then going into the next set, the Fusion Strike set, there's around 9 alternate art, would cost you around $500. Didn't really go up, didn't really go down. Going into the most decrease in terms of dollar is a Mew V number 251, a $31 card, now a $27 card, $4 decrease, representing an 11.4% decrease. Looking at the graph, going through the same trajectory as the rest of the alternate arts. Then the most decrease in terms of percent is a Gradient V number 257. It's just a $7 card, now around $5.50 card, a 21.6% decrease. And looking at the graph, again, very similar. And this is a very cheap card. But again, looking at the art, it's a little bland. I feel like looking at the art, there's a lot of white space, if you know what I mean, but it's not a fan favorite. Then looking at the Celebi V, which is the most increase in terms of percent, it was a $25 card, now a $29 card, a 17.1% increase, which I agree because I know a lot of people are specking on this. This is one of the fan favorite, and people say this is underrated, but even if it's underrated, I still think it's still too high. I still think in the future, in the near 1 year or 2 years, some of these cards will continue to go down, depending on our current economic environment. But looking at the graph, you can see it really spiked up around October 2021 from $21 all the way to $27. So that's a really big spike. And so maybe people are just buying up copies, specking on this. Then looking at the next set is a Brilliant Stars. There's only 4 alternate art, would cost you around $147.8 right now. It went down 12% this month. Looking at the most decrease in terms of dollar and percent is a Charizard V numbered 154. It was around $125, now at $106, representing a 15.3% decrease. Looking at the graph, it's just trending down. And again, I really don't know how these cards are triple digits. Especially considering that a lot of these cards are mass printed. Again, Charizard is a very popular Pokemon, and looking at the art, it's really cool, battling Venusaur. But again, I cannot give in to myself spending $100 on this card. So who knows? Maybe this is representing the supply and demand of this card. And looking at the Honchkrow V number 162, is the only increase of the set of Amon Brilliant Star alternate art. Just a $5, $50 card, now a $6 card, representing around 6% increase. Looking at the graph, not much to look at, but again, it's a cool card. I really like this card. I like the art, but not a popular Pokemon. Then going into the next set, Astral Radiance, there's around 6 alternate art, which would cost you around $178.9. It went down $12, representing around 6.45% decrease. And looking at the most decrease in terms of dollar and percent is the Origin Form Palkia V number 167. It's a $27 card, now a $22 card, representing around 19% decrease. And looking at the graph, again, just going down. And again, this card, I really like it. I remember pulling this card while ripping the pack, but I just immediately sold it. I remember this was around $45, $50 card, and I sold it around $45. So I'm very happy that I sold it because right now it's $22. It went down 100% from when I sold it, and so that's crazy. But then again, as I said, a lot of these cards are mass printed, overhyped, and so this is really good for people who want to collect because I really feel like this should be an affordable hobby. We don't want to price people out. We want people to get in, and we want a healthy collectible environment. And going into the next most decreased card is a Beedrill V number 161. It's a $20 card, now a $16 card, representing an 18.3% decrease. Again, one of the fan favorite card, a really beautiful card, but again, even if the card is beautiful, even if it's from the Kanto era, popular Pokemon, it's still going down. Then going into the special set Pokemon Go, only 2 alternate art would cost you around $19. Didn't really move up or down, so nothing really to see here. Then going to the next set, set number 11 of the Sword and Shield Lost Origin for alternate art would cost you around $380. It went down $43 this month, representing a 10% decrease. The most decreased card in terms of dollar is a Giratina V number 186. It was a $276 card, now a $253 card, an 8.2% decrease. And looking at the graph, yeah, it's just going down. And again, beautiful card. Again, really, really beautiful. But I know that this is the love and hate card among alternate art collectors. Some people don't like how busy this is. But again, this is a really good card. But even if this is a really good card, really good looking card, and even if the demand is really high, again, I just cannot get myself to spend $250 to spend on this card. And then looking at the Aerodactyl V, it's again very popular Pokemon, but it was a $103 card, now an $86 card, representing a 16.7% decrease, again going down. And again, it's really risky to spend this much money knowing that a lot of these cards has been overprinted. Again, these cards are really hard to pull, but even if it's hard to pull, there's a lot of copies out there. And then going into the next set, Silver Tempest, there's only 4 alternate art, which would cost you around $159 right now. It went down $29 this month, representing a 15.4% decrease. Looking at the most decrease in terms of dollar is a Lugia V number 186. It was a $144 card, now a $124 card, representing a 13.3% decrease. Looking at the graph, you can see it's going down. And again, I know this card, a lot of people didn't like this card, how just the angle of the Pokemon is weird, showing the butt more than the head. But again, there's a love and hate of this card. Then going into the next special set, Crown Zenith. Again, a lot of people wouldn't consider these alternate art because it doesn't really say alternate art on the title of these cards, but people who collect alternate art would collect these cards as well. So there's a lot of good looking cards, a lot of alternate quote cards in this set, which would cost you around $382. But this month it went down $22, representing a 5.65% decrease. And then the most decrease in terms of dollar and percent is a Giratina V-Star, number GG69. It was an $87 card, now a $73 card, representing a 15.5% decrease. Then looking at the graph, you can see it's just trending down. Then moving into the Sword and Shield promos, you can see the most decrease in terms of percent and dollar is a Flareon VMAX number Sword and Shield number 180. It was a $17 card, now a $15 card, went down around $2-3, representing around 15% decrease. Now looking at the graph, it's just going down. And so looking at an overview of the most expensive cards, of course, we have our Umbreon VMAX, which is now around $518. Then it's just going down. You can see that all of these cards, most of these cards are red. And so, again, very good for those who are collectors, but for those who are investors or want to flip, not really good. And so maybe this is very healthy for collectors and really a good time to buy. But I really think these cards will continue to go down given our current macro environment. And so if you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so that you're up to date on the most recent price updates for alternate art, full art trainers, regardless, and comment below on whether you are an alternate art collector yourself and what you think the future holds in terms of alternate art. And so with that, go forth and collect them all.